head out and get to the first thing I hear when I get in the car on whatever sports talk show is on is some caller. He's talking about, well, you know, they don't have to play. They don't deserve to be in the national championship game because, you know, they don't schedule anybody. What are they supposed to do?
I don't want to see those little schools get to play 3 or 4 games a year.
They're only playing one.
And they're playing maybe two.
And how many
the SEC schools have to play 9?
Doesn't this go back to the playoff system again?
Yeah, but you know,
you beat who's scheduled.
Yeah.
Okay, and every time they play somebody that they're not supposed to beat, they beat them.
I don't care about past years. All I care about is this year.
Then you can't have these teams in the same brackets, because if they're going to win every game every year and they can't get recognized, you can't have them in the same bracket as Alabama and Oklahoma and all these other teams.
Here's the thing.
It can't be there.
But we do have an objective system this year insofar as the computers will analyze the strength of schedule, analyze the records, and they'll say, hey, is this team better this year than Oregon? Is it better than Oklahoma?
If
it is, they'll make it.
It doesn't work because their strength of schedule sucks.
Well, that's why they're going to go undefeated to it. It's you can't have one without the other. You play tougher teams.
The bottom line is you got to remove them and put them into another class, because otherwise they have no chance of winning. Now, one of the greatest shows on movies ever made was Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Great story. You can't have Hoosiers anymore, because no matter how good that school is, Boise, they will never be recognized. Hoosiers didn't play the strongest schedule either.
Yeah. Well, they're going to
But they won. They won the championship because they were allowed to play for the championship.
I don't know who it was on the radio. I'm listening to somebody on the radio last week, and they're just ripping the heck out of USC after hanging 49, 50 points on Hawaii. On the road, they're just ripping USC like this team has no shot. They don't belong in the top 15. They go on the road, they score 49. They're playing games on defense. They give up 36, but they're never in doubt of winning the game. And then you've got, teams like Utah, who barely beat Pittsburgh, and beat Pittsburgh because Dave Wannstedt's an idiot, I guess. So I've been told. And all of a sudden, Utah, they're saying Utah belongs in the top 5.
If I look at the stats, Utah had double the yardage.
Here's the thing. Boise State tries to schedule up every year. Nobody wants to play them. So whose fault is that?
That just falls under the the saying that life's not fair.
Exactly.
I'm not shedding any tears for Boise State.
Why should Alabama get credit for playing San Jose State? I mean, you want to give them credit for playing
San Jose State. I'm giving them credit for going into Auburn, going into Florida.
That's the league they're in.
And hey, Boise State, if they want to be in a better league, put money into libraries, put money into academics, maybe apply to join.
They are going into a better league. The Mountain West is a step up.
Is it fair that I look like Brad Pitt and you don't? I mean, it's just life.
It's true too. I mean,
They're really dark shades. I can't really see well.
Yeah, you can't see it all.
What I don't want is 1985 revisited, where BYU goes 12-0, beats a 6-6 Michigan team, and says, "Hey, we're number 1." I mean, that's not what I want. I want to see. I don't care if the team has 2 losses.
Then we need a playoff system like you have in every other.
of course.
Every other sport has a playoff system. Without it, everything we're talking about is bullshit.
But with it, we don't even talk about it.
But what you're saying is this.
With a playoff system, we don't even have this conversation. We don't talk about it.
And I'm tired of having this conversation because I've had it for the last 4 years.
You would still have the conversation.
No, you wouldn't, because no one cares. No one cares about the regular season if everyone makes the playoffs. No one cares.
But they wouldn't.
Well,
Everybody wouldn't make the playoffs. You got 8 teams in. That's not everybody.
You know what I mean. Look at the NCAA Final Four tournament. You have 64 teams, and it basically relegates the regular season to nothing.
How do you get a system where you have teams that are in the same division have a chance to win the championship? Because basically what you're both saying is Boise can never win a championship. Well, let me finish. They can never be allowed to win a championship because they do not have a schedule that anybody should respect. Until you give me a solution to that, I don't want to hear all the other crap.
The Mountain West Conference and Conference USA will merge. That is an inevitability at this point. Within 5 years, that'll be a 20-team conference, super conference, and they'll have a championship game. So isn't that equal footing at that point?
Sure.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I don't think
it's a step in the right direction.
Basically, the schools themselves had to correct it by jumping from one ship to the other. Because the system on high, they don't come up with solutions.
What you've got now is a closed circle of teams, of conferences, who don't want the Boise's of the world in. And as far as I'm concerned, screw them. All the more reason that
it's all. There's so much politics.
I don't know if it's
there's so much politics.
Nothing personal against Boise. They just already playing enough games anyway.
No, they want to keep all the money. They don't want these teams to be BCS.
Boise's schedule doesn't warrant them to be national champions. I will agree with that. But the system sets it up that way. It's not their fault. that they beat everybody they play.
No argument for me.
Okay. Until they create a system where the right team becomes the national champion, then I got to go with whoever ends up there, even if it may be the wrong team.